Hello students. Now in the last session we have discussed the various instruction set of ATmega32. Now here we are going to study about the area IO port programming of particular ATmega32. Right now, so in today's session we are going to study about the four ports of four IO ports, that is port A, port B, port C and port D of ATmega32, and we will see how to program IO ports with ATmega32. Now, first, that is AVR IO code programming. So for IO code programming in AVR microcontroller family, there are various ports available for IO operations depending which family of microcontroller you choose. Right? For we are choosing over here, that is ATmega32. So for ATmega32, there are four ports available: port A, B, C, and D. So we are going to learn about the IO port programming for all these four ports. Right now, these four ports have three pins in common. Right, first, that is for to make the input port, we will have a pin X. Right, X stands for port number. Either for if it is port A, then pin A. If it is a port B, then it will be pin B. Similarly, pin C and pin D. So all the individual ports will have pin function. Right, then second pin will have the DDR, that stands for data direction register, which says that either the port will work as input or output port. Right, so that will be decided by that DDR, and so also the DDR will be also having a four pins: DDR-A, DDR-B, DDR-C and DDR-E based on the port number. Clear? And third pin, that is for the to make the output port, we will have a port X pin, right, where X stands for either A, B, C or D. Right, so there will be a various 12 pins, right, which will be related to input pin or output pin, or it will direct us that either the port will work as an input or output. Right, so the four ports, port A, port B, port C and port D, are programmed to perform desired operations. Right, now we will see its register address for this IO port programming. Right, so as you can see in this figure, right, this is in this table, it has been shown that first on the left hand side, that is a port. Right, each and every port has three pins, that is the port pin, pin and DDR pin. And with respect to that, there is the second column, which is the address, and third column, which is saying that it's using. That means either it is working as an input pin, either it is working as output pin, or either it is working as a data direction pin. Clear? So when you see this table, you will find that port A, first three pins, that is port A, DDR-A and pin M. Right? Similarly, on the second hand side, there will be a port B. Right? So port B have all the three pins, then port C and port D. Right? So these are the three pins for all these particular four ports, and respective address starts from 3B to 30H. Right, and the usage is, if it is a pin port, then it is working as an input. If it is DDR, then it is working as a direction, and if it is port, then it is working as a output. Right, now how to program this particular port as an input or output, we will see each and every pin in detail. Right, so first, that is the AVR. In each port in AVR microcontroller has three IO registers, that is port X, DDR-X and pin X. Right, here DDR stands for data direction register, which is used for choosing either the port will work as input port or output port. Right, if we want to make this particular port as input port, then the data direction register has a value, that is all the 8 bits should be 0. Right, if the particular port is working as an output port, then the data direction register, that is DDR of that particular port, will have all the 8 bits, that is equal to 1. Right, so by this way we can conclude that either port is working as an input port or output port respective to that port number. Right, next, as you can see in this figure, this figure, that is pin X, then port X and DDR-X. So all these registers are of 8 bits, starting from P0 to P7. Right, so all these pins will work simultaneously working either as an input port and output port, right? And that will be decided by DDRX subsystem. So as you can see in this figure, this is the architecture of this IO port programming, that is DDRX. On the top of the figure you will see that is DDRX, which is of 8-bit register starting from PX0 pin to PX17. If it is port A, then PA0 to PA7 will be assigned to DDR, right? Then on the next line you are seeing the figure, that is port X, right? So port X is also a 8-bit register and it is also having a working as a output port. And last, that is pin X, which is also a 8-bit register, and respective particular port number, it is working as from PX0 to PX7. So this is shown in this figure. Clear? Now we will see each and every registers in detail. So basically there are total 4 registers, right? In the total 4 ports, and respective to these 4 ports there are total 3 registers on which the IO port programming is based on. First, that is DDRX register, second, that is port X register, and third, that is the pin X register, right? Now as you can see, first we will discuss about DDRX register. So DDRX stands for data direction register, which is working as a data direction for that particular port, right? That means it will decide that either the port will work as input or output at that particular time. Clear? Now whenever all the bits of that DDR, that is from PX0 to PX7, right, that is equal to 0, then that particular port will work as an input port, right? And if that particular port is work as input port, that only pin function of that particular port will be used, right? And port function will be disabled, right? Similarly, when we want to make any port as an output port, what we do is we will convert all the 8 bits of DDRX into 1, right? So if all the ones, then the data in that DDR register will be FF in hexadecimal, right? So the data will be now working as an output port and the port will be working as an output. So output device can be connected with that particular port, right? And the port function will be enabled and the pin function of that particular port will be disabled at that particular time. Right? Now, with respect to this register, we have talked about the whole register, that is of 8-bit. But if we want to make any port bit, right? Let's say the port A has PA0 to PA7. In this particular bit, if we want to make PA2 port as an input port and PA7 as an output port, so we can make in ATmega32, right? So for that bit, what we need to do is we need to store in DDR-A register for that particular PA2 pin as an input port. We need to assign 0 to that particular DDRX port pin, right? And if we want to make PA7 as an output port, then the DDRX bit 7 that will be made as 1 to connect as an output port, right? So that not only the whole register is working as input or output, but we can convert bit by bit as an input port or output port for all the 4 ports. Clear? So this is DDR register. Now in this you have seen the example that if we want to make port A as output port, so as you can see in the example that DDR-A we have written, that is 0B and all the 8 ones, right? When 0B stands for that the behind data is in binary data, right? That is a data type for the area, right? Similarly, if we want to make that particular port as input port, then what we need to do is we need to send all the 8 zeros to DDRX register. So the DDR-A register have content 0B, which indicates that is a binary number, and all the bits that will be equal to 0, right? And similar, as we have talked, that if we want to make half of the port, that is half of the nibble, lower nibble as output port and higher nibble as an input port, then what we will do is for port B, let's say we want to make the higher nibble as output and lower nibble as input, then the lower 4 bits will be assigned 0 to DDR register and the higher 4 bits of DDR will be assigned to 1, so it will work as a output. Clear? So that is all about the DDRX register. Next, that is PIN-X register. So in this PIN-X register, that as we have discussed, that PIN-X is used for making the port or using the port for the input device, right? So whenever any input device is connected with this particular controller ATmega32, right, we need to assign that particular port as an input port. So assign a particular input port, we are using the DDRA register, which we have discussed in the previous slide, right? And from the assignment in DDR, we can use pin function of that particular port for connecting with the input device, or for accepting data with the controller, right? So as you can see, for reading the data from output port, DDRA should be 0 0. That means all the 8 bits will be 0, right? And we can use pin function of that particular port, that is pin A, and we can accept that data from the pin A to the controller. So X is equal to pin A. Clear? Similarly, that is port X function. So port X function is used for, that is, to assigning that particular port as an output port, right? So it is also assigned with the help of DDR register. So as you can see that DDR, to make the port A as an output port, what we can do is, you can see the last line, that is DDRA is equal to 0xFF. That means all the 8 bits are 1, right, in DDRA. So all the whole port A will be assigned as an output port, and we can use port function to send the data from the controller to the output device. So the instruction will be port A is equal to X, right? That means the X will be the data, and that particular data will be sent to port A on which the output device is connected. Here, now again you can see the second example, to output 0xFF on port B. So here we are making that port B as a DDR, port B as output. So we are assigning DDR-B as 0x, 0B, and all the 8 ones. And we are assigning data, that is 0xFF, to port B using the instruction port B is equal to 0xFF. Right? And in the third example, what we are doing is, we are only assigning the 0th bit as the output. So what we will do is DDRC dot 0. That means only the 0th bit of that DDRC port, that will be assigned to 1. So only port PC 0 bit, that will be equal to output port. Rest all the ports will be input ports, right? So port C.0 is equal to 1. Clear? So this is port thing. Now again, what here we have discussed that what are the various registers of this AVR IO port program, right? Now in this, what is actually, when we see the construction of this DDR or IO port, it is having the internal pull-up registers in between the circuits, right? So whenever the circuit, the resistor circuit is connected to VCC, which is the power supply of ATmega32, that means it is all having assigning, that is digital 1, right, binary logic 1, right? So that particular, when the pull-up resistor will be high, at that particular time it will working as a output port, and when the internal pull-up resistor will be connected with the ground, right, or it is an open switch, then it will be working as a input port, right? So that is with the help of using activating and deactivating the pull-up resistor, right? So here are the 3 examples. First, that is to make lower nibble port A as output, right, and higher nibble as the input. So what we have done is, we need to do the lower nibble as a output port. So we need to assign the lower nibble as 1. So DDRA, that will be lower nibble will be all ones, 4 ones, that will be equal to F, right, and higher nibble is connected with the input, so it all will be, all the 4 bits will be 0. So in DDRA register, the data will be 0x0f. Clear? And the port A address, right, the particular data which we need to accept from the lower nibble, from the higher nibble, right, that will be accepted, and then it will be sent to the lower nibble at which the port A having the output. Clear? In the second example, you can see to make port B as a tri-stated input. Tri-stated input, that means all the bits are working as a input port, right? Tri-stated buffer, that means to store as a input, right? So what we can do is, all the 8 will be 0, so DDR-B will be equal to 0, and we will using the port function, that is equal to 0x00. And in the last example, that is to make port C as input with pull-up enabled, right, and read data from port A. So what we can do is, port C is working as an input port, so DDR-C, that will be equal to 00, right? The data from DDR input port that is equal to 0xFF, and that particular data will be to send on port A. So we will assign a variable y is equal to p in C, where from we have taken the input from port C, right? And now this y data will be assigned to port A via DDR-A is equal to FF function, right? So this is all about the IO port programming. Right now, in the next session, we are going to discuss the various examples how the IO code programming or various programs related to IO code programming. Right. So, thank you for watching.